Welcome back, everyone. I am so excited to have this conversation today with our Miss Earth Namibia. How are you, Martha?
Great. Hi, Louise. It's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you. I'm excited to get to know you and share your journey and your experience with the audience. So, for those of them who are not yet so familiar with you, what can you tell us about you?
First of all, thank you so much for this huge platform.
Of course.
I really like it and appreciate when people really want to hear who I am and the story that I have to tell, as well as my advocacy and what I believe and understand and stand for. Other than that, good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, depending where you are. Depending where you are, my name is Martha Kautanevali. I am Miss Earth Namibia 2023, and it's really an honor of mine to be here. I like to refer to myself as a resilient diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
Because of how I grew up. And that comes with an advice that don't let your circumstances define you. So growing up, I grew up in a village with my grandmother, and the life was not, the journey growing up was not as easy. I grew up playing in the mud, going to school. My mom hasn't been there. She was in a faraway town trying to provide for my family because it was I grew up in an extended family home. And understanding that in life, you don't always get what you want, but you get what you need. And that's what I had gotten. And that's also what advised or inspired me to start a mentorship program that I have right now. I have a mentorship program called Quinchonlo Mentorship, where I mentor young boys and girls in university that are coming to university. Because growing up, when I went to university, I didn't know what I wanted to study. And someone came to my university and she told us a story of how she was living her life, but she was doing geology. And it's a technical field that I wanted to study. So I ended up studying geology because I knew nothing else. That's all I knew. And that's the thing I keep telling young people, especially the ones who are in better careers, to keep telling these stories, because that's what inspires the people to be and do better in society. And I ended up doing engineering, but I call it divine order because my aunt changed my application to engineering. And so here I am, which also helped me to be here right now, to have a better understanding of life, which then I try to always advocate for science, technology, engineering, because I saw a better life through this career. I saw how easy you can maneuver through life. And also to help these boys and girls in university who are growing up like me, coming from remote areas, coming from deep down in the village, coming to university without even knowing what is happening. So with my mentorship, we help them maneuver around university and also help them with career guidance. So then again, growing up, I grew up playing in the mud, right? We had this little pond in my village, and also looking after goats and cattle. And in the farm, we had subsistence farming where we grow crops as well as animals. So we used to look after the little goats, the kids. And right now, if you go to my village, that is not there anymore. We used to play in the fields because the mango was so green. We were harvesting watermelons and all different kinds of fruits and vegetables, but it's not there anymore because of climate change. It's so sad, and right now it's so hot. So I am now trying to advocate for climate action as well as environmental protection, because we need a better future for the generation that is to come. And with the Miss Earth platform, I love the fact that it aligns so much with what I wanted to do as a young individual, and also help everyone else understand what climate change is, because it's affecting us in so different ways,
us, right?
And we are living in it, and we the youth basically are the ones who are born in it, living in it, and we are feeling it. And it's only fair and right for us to also decide on what do we want to go next, what type of future would we want next. And this is like the platform that I really love the most.
Awesome. I mean, that was a mic drop already, and that was just the first question. So honestly, one of the things that I love about being here at Miss Earth and getting to interact with all of you is that not only, I mean, this is a beauty pageant, all of you, obviously, all of you girls are gorgeous, but you girls are so smart, and you really impersonate that. That was impressive.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's really a group of intelligent young women who are fighting for a good cause. I love interacting with all of them, and I just love the platform. It's like you have a conversation, it's always something productive.
I know, right? I was actually talking about that that with a previous candidate, and I wanted to ask you as well, how does it feel being sometimes in a room surrounded by girls from all over the world who have a similar interest, which is, being conscious about the environment? And how do you learn from them and give them something also?
So I realized that for as much as we are different, we are also the same. In the sense that we are fighting for the same cause. We are fighting for the same justice of our environment. And everyone comes with something different. I like to say that nobody knows everything. Everybody knows something. So I then started doing this journal thing where I say, okay, this day I'm going to talk to this country, and I learned something. So I was very surprised with a lot of things today. And today was the day I had to engage with some of my African countries because I realized that I didn't know everything. And I didn't know so much. And talking to this, engaging with this fellow delegate is like really educating, it's captivating. And I realized that one of the countries in Africa is actually having volcanoes up until now, which is so completely new for me. And I'm like, okay, I made it a mission now to be like, every day I have 5 countries to learn from. I have 5 delegates to engage and learn from, which also just helps me to have a better understanding of who they are, where they're from, what do they believe in. Because the main thing that I'm here for and that I'm here for is learning. I need to learn the different cultures, because we are diverse. We're a diverse group of young people who are fighting for the same cause, which is really fascinating.
So very true. Wow, I really admire that, and that's something that I should apply myself to my own life, right? Let me know. So something that it's very obvious. As I said, you're beautiful, you're smart, you are very eloquent. So why pageantry as a platform? Because realistically, there are many ways to get involved in the communities and give back and create awareness. So why pageantry as a platform?
So I realized that I'm not a political person, right? Growing up, I was like, I always wanted to be different. I didn't want to be an ordinary youth. I wanted to be something different because I knew my purpose was not just to wake up and just be normal, go to work and just be an ordinary citizen. So I realized that, okay, bigger platforms that one can do something for the environment, for the community, is either politics. I realized, no, I can't do politics. It's either, but it's just politics. Or pageantry. So I was like, you know what? Let me try pageantry because I'm tall, right? And I have a voice. And what is required the most is just for you to speak up. And what I realized is that pageantry helps you amplify your voice. It's a huge platform. Like when I came to Vietnam for Miss Earth, I was like, okay, I'm going to plant trees. I'm going to do this and that. I started planting trees and I was like, no, man, I can't be planting trees. It's something that is so simple. Well, I've planted trees in my country and I've planted trees in nearby countries as well as in Vietnam recently. So I was like, I'm bigger than that. And this platform is so big that it requires something bigger. This is where we get business partners. This way I can get investors in my country. So I then adjusted my platform because I did have an advocacy that is around sustainable development. I was like, you know what? I need to dig deeper into sustainable development. And in my country right now, we are having what is called green hydrogen. So I'm like, we have to go deeper into this to influence the whole world to go green when it comes to energy, to go the renewable way when it comes to energy supply into their countries. So it's a huge platform that I really love and admire the most, and I want everyone to take part in pageantry.
Come on, everyone, join us.
Everyone, you need to get in the program.
I love that. Also one thing that is very common, is the perception of pageantry from the outside world, and then what it actually is once you're in it. So how has your experience been for you as a reigning Miss Earth Namibia and now coming here? So how has that journey been?
So at first, right, they were like, okay, it's just pageant girls, you guys are all pretty with empty heads and stuff.
Well, please.
Yeah. And then I was like, you know what? We need to do something about this.
Yeah.
And it starts with me. And I had to do the same thing to actually employ everyone else, the young people, to get on the program. Everyone needs to enter the chats of pageantry because this is life-changing for the person who's entering as well as for their communities.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for the Miss Earth platform because it advocates for something big.
Yeah.
Something that is affecting all of us. And it advocates for environmental protection as well as climate action. And that is the thing that I want to tell the world that is one thing that I told my countrymen and women that, I'm going to show you guys what pageantry is all about. about. And that is the stereotype that I want to change. Number one, I did civil engineering. It was already a whole stereotype of how engineers are supposed to wear boots, you can't wear heels, you can't look nice, you are supposed to be dusty, you're supposed to be to have male energy. You can be feminine, you can look pretty, you can speak up. You can enter rooms looking so gorgeous and still be able to communicate, still be able to tell the world who you are and what you stand for. And that is what I like the most. And that is now what I'm trying to change, especially for my country, to say, but I'm seeing an improvement in that because there's such a huge interest. I'm seeing the press is talking about it. Everyone is talking about it. Everyone is talking about, oh, Miss Namibia, Miss Earth Namibia is in Vietnam. This is what she's doing today. And they are publishing all these things. And it's a good thing for me because it's helping the young boys and girls who want to do pageantry. And now I'm also seeing how the girls are like, oh my God, you are such an inspiration for me. I also want to do pageantry. How do I go about it? Which is really interesting for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm pretty sure that people are loving and appreciating all the efforts that you have been putting. I know, I mean, especially I have friends from Namibia.
You do?
I do have friends from Namibia. I mean, after all of these years in pageantry, I hope that I made some friends in Namibia, right?
Me, I'm the best one.
Yeah.
I better be the best
Absolutely. No, but I do have some friends, and you know, one thing that I realized is that Namibia, for the past few years, they have been doing really great in pageantry. They won Supranational a few years ago. They just obtained a placement at Universe.
Yes.
Right? And now you're going to do amazing here.
Literally. So, and that is on period.
Yes, absolutely. So, you know, I'm pretty sure that the pageant scene in Namibia right now is very vibrant and very exciting.
It's very,
Awesome. Let me know, of course, because pageantry is not just working hard and looking pretty and giving speech. You also get to grow and explore and do other things. And here you are in Vietnam. How has that been for you?
Number one is the first time being in Asia.
Same. Well, first time in Vietnam.
First time being in Asia and now in Vietnam. Vietnam has been one of the countries that you look at and see technology. You look at and see innovation. Now we're looking at it and see greenery. And only now I'm learning that there's a whole forest there's a whole island called Kangyo, where people are literally intentionally growing trees to protect the environment, to protect the coastal area of Kangyo, and also to help with reducing to reduce the carbon and pollutions in the atmosphere. That is like mind-blowing for me.
Know, right?
And coming here and be a change by planting 5 trees in that area, that changed my life.
I know, right?
It was a huge platform for me. It was a huge opportunity for me to do, because then I'm like, you know, I can get a Nobel Prize right now because I contributed to something big. And when you know Asia is one of the polluted areas as well, and them doing this can see that world leaders are up, world leaders are woke, and they are up and trying to implement all ways possible to help with the environment. And that is the one thing that I've learned here, as well as obviously engaging with the other delegates. Learning that everybody is so different, you know, in their own ways, and also coming to terms with yourself. Who am I? What do I stand for? What makes me come alive? You know, with Oprah Winfrey says that she always says the world needs people who know what makes them come alive. What is your purpose? And that is now the thing that I'm learning coming here in Vietnam, to say, I'm in this pageant, right? But I have a purpose bigger than this. I have a purpose bigger than myself. And I need to explore that. So my growth is really all about understanding what my purpose is and what makes me come alive, especially when it comes to environment and protecting myself as well as the earth. Yeah.
Awesome. You know, just when I got here the other day, I received a message that made me think about this entire thing, and now that you mentioned it, I'm actually a little bit jealous, but good jealousy of your experience here, because you said you got to plant a tree, and someone sent me a message and they said, Louis, you should go and plant a tree because that way you will forever live a piece of you in Vietnam. I was like, how beautiful is that?
Wow.
Can you think about
of that?
Trees outlive us, technically, like literally.
And when we were planting the trees, these guys were like, when you come back, which you have to now, because you left something here, this tree will be so big. And that is so inspiring.
That's
what you
so
said,
beautiful.
especially what you said, you live a part of you. Wow, I didn't think of that.
You leave a little contribution in that place, in that country.
I didn't think of that.
Let me ask you now, with this entire platform, of course, you know, Miss Earth, for me, all of you, all of the delegates, they have already been doing an incredible job before they even get here. So being at Miss Earth is like the cherry on top.
Yes.
But hopefully they will choose a winner that will elevate, the platform even more, that will take their message, but also the message of the organization and take it to the international scene, right? So how would you do that if you had the opportunity to be the next Miss Earth?
Honestly speaking, what I'm doing already now is my advocacy is on sustainable development, right? In my country, I'm working together with my country to help promote renewable energy. Not only because it's the right thing to do, but also it solves a lot of problems. My country right now is suffering from drought, suffering from food scarcity, as well as just high temperatures. And what we're doing is we're trying to, and also energy access is quite a problem in my country because we are importing energy, but the people we're importing from are struggling. They're struggling to sustain themselves. And also the energy is fossil fuels, which is not good for the environment.
Yes.
So what we are doing is we are having a green hydrogen initiative in my country, which is a project now running. And my contribution to this is promoting this specific project, to grow it and to go out of it, because it's a global contribution. It's a regional contribution when it comes to a continental regional contribution, because it's going to supply energy for the southern African countries in our neighborhood while we sustain ourselves. And it's going to solve our problems in Africa as well, because what we have is drought. And this is which is lack of rain basically due to climate change. And it's going to help us now that we are going to have desalinated water, number one, at the low cost. And we have a whole of it. We have so much water now after desalinated water to supply to the country and to the neighboring countries as well, which is a global solution to the problem. And then the same thing, we are going to produce green ammonia, which is good for agriculture. And now it's going to be a solution to food scarcity in my country. Not only my country now, to the neighboring countries as well. So with the Miss Earth platform, is perfect for this because number one, it's promoting energy, green energy sustainability in all the countries, and then it's promoting food production in all the countries. And right now, there's what is happening in Dubai, COP28. And the world leaders are there discussing about renewable energy. It's something that is really inspiring to say that it's not just a Namibian thing. Namibia is not the only one, and the government of Namibia is now involved. And I think that is also the support that we have with the pageantry, because they're so involved. They so want to know, what are you doing now? What is happening? Are you guys having a project? Do you need assistance in anything? Do we need to send our countrymen to come and help you? But also just understanding that it's now a world thing. Every leader, every country is involved in wanting to have energy. And one thing, last night we went to Odi, to the OD event, and what this country, Vietnam itself, is basically Asia. I want to say Asia, the continent itself. They are doing electric cars. No more the fuel vehicles. It's now electric cars, which is so inspiring. And that is the world we need to head into. With the platform, is basically a message being spread that, guys, we have renewable energy, we have electric cars, we have all this safety for our environment. And there's now Kangiwa that I just spoke about. It's a huge platform, and it's a message to spread to the world that, you know what you can do? You can have a whole land with all the deforestation happening in the world. You can have a whole land dedicated just to help purify the atmosphere, to help purify the air that we breathe in, to help with reducing so much carbons in the atmosphere, which is really a good practice. So Miss Earth really climate action, as well as environmental protection. That is where I stand for. That's what I stand for. And with the platform, can only go bigger. Yes,
absolutely. I'm going to ask you something that we don't ask pageant girls very often, but I think it's super important to also know, right? In pageantry, I was just talking about this to Miss Canada earlier. In pageantry, we always talk about what we want to do for others, what we want to do for the world, how we want to change things around us, basically.
Selfless.
Yes, but pageantry is also a stepping stone for a lot of people. There should be something in it for you as well, as a person, as an individual, a way to grow, whether it's in your professional life, education, networking, whatever it is. What is it for you that you hope to get from pageantry?
So I was highlighting my goals last night. I was basically going through it and I was like, oh, you know what? I need to change some of these things, right? So on my goals list, I had have fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy Vietnam. Take a picture at one specific island. And then I was reviewing my goals and I was like, I need a collaboration with a brand, car brand, which is Audi now.
Yes.
I need a collaboration with Audi Namibia. I need to drive an electric car driven by Martha Kautanevali, Miss Earth Namibia.
Yeah.
That's what I need. I need that collaboration with Audi.
Come on, Audi. Come on now.
I need that collaboration with you.
We'll tag them. Tag them in the comments, guys.
Basically, and highlighting all these things. And also, one thing I want to do is now collecting funds.
Yes.
Not only for myself to study renewable energy, but for the other people as well to study renewable energy. Yeah, I need to study renewable energy. I need to have my foot on the ground. So when opportunities come, I'm ready. And that's the same thing I keep telling, because now that you actually spoke about it, I'm like, it's true, ne? I keep saying, yeah, the youth is gonna have a better future. You know, we provide these funds for them. But I'm realizing, what about myself?
Yeah.
Am I gonna have a better future? I need to provide for myself, also funding. I need to secure funding for myself to study renewable energy, because it helps me understand better when it comes to renewable energy. I can't just be preaching about renewable energy, but all I have or understand is civil engineering. Yeah. I need to have a say in renewable energy, so that's my goal as well. And also now to get I'm also learning how to speak eloquently.
Yeah.
I need to enunciate myself. That's also what I want to learn from this platform, and I appreciate the fact that you guys are making it so easy for us by doing these interviews, because I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm understanding that do I hear myself when I'm speaking? Do I understand what I'm saying? It's all these things that I'm also now taking away from all these platforms. So thank you so much.
Of course. And if I must say, I mean, you're excellent at what you do, not only, you know, on the pageant side of things, but you're a great communicator.
Thank you so much.
I can see you being like an amazing, wonderful leader in Namibia. And that's what the country needs, you know. As I said, I have friends in Namibia, beautiful, wonderful people, and I hope to see more girls being implicated and just giving their best to the country and the people.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Martha. Everyone, please go and support. How can they find you? How can they help you on this journey?
So, guys, I have a social media platform. My social medias are all Martha_Kautanevali or Martha Kautanevali. Right now, what is happening is Miss Public People's Choice. You need to vote for me, please. When you vote for me, you vote for you vote for Namibia, you vote for Africa, you vote for the world. And
Let's go.
A voice of change. You vote for representation. So what happens is that you go on the voting site, website. It's in my bio on Instagram and Facebook as well. So please click on that and vote for me. You go to Africa and then Martha Kautanevali. Also on my socials, follow me. I'm very friendly. I follow back. If you DM me, I will respond instantly. And I also have an assistant. I have a social media assistant who's helping me with this. So we'll follow you back. We'll answer to everything that you have. And also suggestions. What do you want us to do, you know? I'm very open to suggestions, and I love hearing from the public. How do you want us to help you? How do you want us to make it better? Yeah.
Of course. Awesome. So there you go. Everyone go follow, support, like, comment, vote, and all. Or else, you know, or else. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one. Bye.